Every project has a freak out moment where the client says, we need to change everything. How can I get out of this? How can I, do we need to change basically everything in the project? We need to cut it in half. We need to add another floor. We need to do all these different things. How do we manage that when we know it's coming? At least I know it's coming because I see it with every single one of my clients. When you're developing a building project, it's easy for a shiny thing, a new idea, something that's exciting, something that a competitor does, something that you just learned. It's easy for that to come in and distract you from what you were trying to do because these projects take years, like years, 1, 2, 3, maybe even more years. And it's very easy for things to change. And so, how do we get around this? We have to have a way of not being distracted by something that is a fad. We have to know the difference between something that actually is something we need to address and something that actually is going to distract us, potentially take us into a dangerous place because getting distracted by shiny objects, shiny things, new ideas, what a competitor does, whatever, can actually really hurt your project and sort of cut the thing into different pieces that don't actually make sense anymore. When we're making projects, the way that I look at it with clients is that we have to stack decisions about, whatever it is, about the location, about the size of the project, whatever it is, we're making all these decisions very early. And as we make these decisions, we stack them. We sort of have this framework that everything else that is coming into the project is sort of being filtered with, so that when we have a question, about what type of building do we need or what type of programming or whatever else it is, we actually have a way to be filtering this stuff so that as we move forward in the process, we actually can continue to stack decisions just more and more. Because each of these phases is like a milestone. So for instance, you may have a decision where, should I invest, this is probably $0. Should I invest some money? Should I invest more money? Should I invest a lot more money to build the thing? Document the thing, build the thing, investigate the thing, a lot of sweat equity at the beginning. Each of these phases, you need to be able to filter the way that we're making decisions so that we actually know that, yes, this is why we did that. Yes, this is that, this is this. So that when you do see something, which is inevitably going to happen, you will see something over here that just, oh my goodness, look at that. And say you're up here and you see this. Maybe I should follow that. Should I change everything? Should I just nuke all of this? The answer is usually no, and the reason I say that is because all of the decisions that we made back here at the very beginning, unless these assumptions have changed, unless those assumptions have changed, then you really have to ask yourself, is this right for me? Or actually, maybe that just becomes something else in the future. But if these assumptions have changed, meaning, maybe the economy has changed a lot or whatever it is, if these have changed, then okay, well, actually, maybe that means we do need to really investigate things. But when you see a shiny object, when you see something, because again, there's going to be like a bunch of them. And once you start seeing things, especially over the course of many years, you just have to really be diligent and sort of have a way to question them and say, is this actually something that's relevant, or is it just something that's cool? Because it very well could just be something cool. It very well could be something that we should save for another project, which when I do my teaching is really hard because, most of the time students, for instance, and, a lot of business owners too, they're trying to just sort of like cram like more and more and more into one project. But in reality, if you take something, if this is your building and you just keep cutting it into bits and pieces and sort of adding a little bit of this, and we've got all of this that we've been thinking about before that takes up most of it. But if you start carving out like little pieces of it, maybe that works. Maybe you can test different ideas. Of course, there's a lot of uncertainty around all of this. But my point is, what I have seen and what you need to be really careful of is the big shiny object that makes you change things that you shouldn't change, that are the foundation, metaphorically, of the building project, because these are the things that sort of perpetuate and move through the whole process over, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever it is. It's about stacking these decisions. And that's the way that when something comes up, so when a client comes to me, because this happens on every single project, and they say, hey, I just found this thing, maybe we should change this, maybe we should change that, maybe we should change that. I can actually ask them questions that are based on this, the stacking of decisions, the foundation that we've made of decisions. And we can say, okay, have your initial assumptions changed? Because if the initial assumptions, the initial direction, the initial concept, if that hasn't changed, then we probably shouldn't change that stuff. Maybe we can add something, maybe we can tweak it, but wholesale changing your project at the wrong time is one of the fastest ways to sink your project and blow your budget. Delay your opening, maybe never open, which I've seen happen. So these are serious things, and that's why having a framework that we follow, a loose framework, but still a framework where we walk clients through to make decisions, is an important, and actually I would say a critical part of the way that we work with clients. So if you'd like to talk about that, please see the link below, because you can book a free call with us and see if we can help you with your project, or at least direct you, where to go to move things forward to the next step. So hopefully that helps. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.